What is up, my butter biscuits? So in today's video, I have another my thoughts and opinions video for y'all. It has been a hot minute since I've done one of these. However, I do want to start doing more because I really do love talking about makeup. Y'all know this. I always do it on my live videos, but I kind of want to like do it more on a recorded video so that way it stays there, it's better quality, and just, you know, obviously more people will watch it then. But basically what this is just literally makeup talk. I pretty much have only done it about Jeffree Star, a few other brands as well, but I pretty much always do it about Jeffree Star because I no longer purchase from him. However, I still do have thoughts and opinions about the collections that he's coming out with. And the reason why I stopped purchasing from Jeffree Star, I'm sure like y'all already know by now, I just didn't really feel right about it anymore. I just feel like he has been proven time and time again to not be a good person, and I no longer want to support his brand. However, I still do like giving my thoughts and opinions about his brand because I think aesthetically wise and quality wise, he does have some really amazing products. And this is where people always say that I'm wishy-washy about Jeffree Star, and I kind of get frustrated about this because I'm kind of like, look, if you ask me my opinion as a like just a makeup consumer, I love his brand. I feel like his quality is really good. I love the palettes that he puts out. Aesthetically wise, I feel like they are just so gorgeous and so unique. No other brands are doing what he's doing when it comes to, you know, palettes, you know what I'm saying? However, if you ask me about what I feel about Jeffree Star as a person, then I'm gonna be like, okay, low-key, he's shady, he's grimy, he's just not a very good person, you know? And I feel like it's really hard for people to just sit there and actually know that there's two different things. We're talking about cosmetics and we're talking about a person. I'm going to have two different opinions about it. And I think that there is such a huge negative bias towards Jeffree Star cosmetics specifically, which I think really sucks because at the end of the day, there are still so many people out there who really don't care about the drama. All they care about is the makeup. And they're like, you know what? I just want to buy a product that I really like. And hey, if I like this, that's it. And let's talk about the makeup. You get what I'm saying? As to where, yes, I do chisme videos and commentary videos and give my thoughts and opinions about Jeffree Star as a person. When I talk about his brand, for the most part, okay, because I really just did not like anything from the Orgy collection. But from the most part, I pretty much really do like his brand. I have the Cremated palette. I have the Bloodlust palette. And I have the Conspiracy palette. The Conspiracy palette is pretty much the only one that I just don't ever look at because I just really don't like the color story. However, the formulation and the aesthetic of the palette I really do like. And I think that it sucks that there's so many people out there that just like hate Jeffree Star so much that they just bash his brand. I'm not like that. If you guys were to ask me about Jeffree Star, I'd be like, yeah, you know what? Like, I don't really mess around with him. But his brand, I don't know. I really have liked some of the things that he has put out. So at the end of the day, basically what this is me being, you know, objective and just kind of like talking about the makeup and separating the brand owner from the brand, which a lot of people do. So that's literally just what this is. So if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts and opinions on the brand new, well, not really brand new, but the the relaunch of the Blood Sugar collection, of course, go ahead and keep on watching. Sorry, I got a little tongue twisted there. I was thinking like, okay, he got a cavity palette up inside here, but then it's really kind of like a Blood Sugar relaunch. That's pretty much what it is, just in a limited edition packaging. But then he also came out with a bunch of new products, so I didn't know what to call it. Okay, I'm sorry, I got a little confused there. Anyways, if y'all are interested in watching that, of course, go ahead and keep on watching. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so that way you'll get notified when I upload a new video, and make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up because I would really appreciate that. So let's go ahead and get into it. Oh my gosh, y'all, I started choking here on my water off of camera, so I feel like my throat is really scratchy. So sorry if my voice cuts in and out because I'm like, oh my lord, how am I gonna choke on water? I don't choke on anything else but water, really. Anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was going to be the limited edition Blood Sugar packaging palette. This one to me is a very, very bold choice of Jeffree Star to do, and the reason why I'm saying that is because look at the white packaging. Like, I feel like, yes, don't get me wrong, it does look very beautiful. However, if you guys are new to red shadows, oh, no matter what, they stain. Like, it's just inevitable when it comes to a red or pink shadow, they stain. And speaking about white, you know, my desk is actually white and it's a matte white. So whenever I do any types of burgundies or reds, it's like, I'll wipe it and it will come off, but then it leaves a little pink stain behind. And that's how it's going to do on the white part of that palette, the packaging part of it. Yes, I do feel like the colors actually look way better against the white rather than the red, but it's going to be super, super messy. He did say within his video, though, that he does look at this as kind of like a collector's piece, but obviously you can use it too. It's just going to be messy. So I kind of did like the fact that he actually threw that in there because if people are not familiar with reds and this was their first time actually seeing a red palette on a white backing, they'd be like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. But y'all, it's gonna be so messy. Even if you wipe it with like a Clark swipe or something like that, it's going to leave a pink stain on there, so it will get pretty messy. But I do want to say I already love the Blood Sugar palette as it is, like the whole color story. I feel like it's super, super beautiful. But actually seeing the colors against white, I feel like, oh my gosh, the palette does look way more beautiful. I just personally, because I know how messy I am, I would never purchase the white, even though I do think it looks way more beautiful. But yeah, I just feel like it'll be super, super messy, and I wouldn't really like that. But obviously on the red, you can wipe it off really, really easily. Anyways, y'all, moving on. I don't want to talk about that too much because it's literally the same exact palette, just with the limited edition packaging. I want to go ahead and get into the mini Blood Sugar palette. So this has 9 mattes and 1 frost shade, or 9 matte, sorry, I read that wrong, 9 matte / frost shades for $28. This one, to me, in my personal opinion, it kind of is a little bit pointless, because I do feel like so many people have the Blood Sugar palette, and I kind of feel like if you already have that, why would you purchase this palette? You know what I'm saying? It just kind of doesn't make sense, being that it does have 8 shades from the Blood Sugar large palette and only 1 specific limited shade to the mini. To me, that comes across as kind of like a cash grab. It's kind of like, oh, well, you know what? You can't afford the $52 palette. Well, why don't you buy this $28 palette? You know what I'm saying? I totally understand that his whole idea of this is probably to make it to be a little bit more travel friendly, but it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like it would have been cool if what he did was come out with like a mini trunk, you know what I mean, that had every single color as the large, but then it was just mini. So that way, if he was trying to be travel friendly, bam, you get all the shades in there, but it's just going to be like a super small palette compared to the large palette. I think that would have been really cool, kind of like the whole James Charles mini palette versus the James Charles big palette. But this coming out with a 9 shade palette, and 8 of them are in the original and only 1 is limited, to me, it just, I don't know, it's kind of dumb, you know? But then at the same time too, I do want to say, if you don't have the Blood Sugar large palette, then maybe you might want to buy this because it is a little bit more affordable and it is a little bit more travel friendly. It's only $28 versus $52. But then, I don't know, I just kind of feel like, wouldn't you rather just buy the big one because there's like way more shades inside there? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just me. I don't really see the purpose of this. I think it would have been really cool if he were to also make a mini like this, and if it were to kind of complement the colors in the large, so that way you can play with them both. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me and my little 2 cents. But we're going to be moving on here to the lipstick vault. And this lipstick vault right here has 25 shades for $160. I've always said before, I feel like that is a really hefty price to pay, obviously. But think about it this way. You're getting 25 shades. So basically that comes out to $6.40 each. And I always said this before. Yes, obviously this is cool for a makeup consumer too. But I feel like these are great things for freelance makeup artists. And if y'all are freelance makeup artists, y'all know we are always looking for mini compact things to not take up so much stuff within our kits, because things get so full so fast and you can only carry so much. These are something that would really be cool inside of a makeup kit because they're super small. And obviously, look, I said it before, Jeffree Star's liquid lipstick formula is really, really good. But I do want to say about the color story within this, I don't like them. I really don't. This is not something that I would buy. If the color story was like my vibe, I'd be like, oh snap, I want it. But looking at the swatches right here, if you guys actually go in, these are the 16 limited edition shades. He has 9 of them that are on his regular website as it is, or a regular, you know, place on Jeffree Star Cosmetics. The bottom 4 right there, the first 4, don't they all look the same? Like, look at that. Like, they all look the same. I don't really see too much of a difference. I do see that the second one in does have a little bit more of a, like, vibrant base. It does look a little bit more bright. But really, they all kind of look the same. You know what I mean? And then look at the top 3 at the end over there. It's kind of like, they all kind of look the same, too. Because at the end of the day, like, how many reds can you do? You can do one with a blue base. You can do one with orange to it. You can do, like, one that has a little bit of fuchsia to it. You know, but it's kind of, at the end of the day, it's like, there's only so many reds you can do. And to fit 25 into a vault, it's kind of like, I don't know. If you guys like the colors, I do think that it is actually really cool that he comes out with minis like this. I wish other brands would do this, because I just always think about when I would freelance and how difficult it would be to take full-size lipsticks. I'm like, So actually, when it came to MAC, I would actually start melting them down and putting them into a lip palette. There goes my throat, y'all. Oh my gosh, I'm sounding like a real man up in this video. Anyways, I would melt them down and put them into a palette so that way you can carry it very compact. So I think it's really cool that these are minis, but $160, that is pretty hefty. So anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and move into this Cavity Skin Frost palette. So online, he called this a hybrid, as well as like saying within his video, use it as blush too. He even said that you can use the bronze shade as a contour. Like, he literally said that in his video. Y'all, to each their own. You know, there is no rules to makeup, but I just really would not recommend using something that is so clearly metallic as a contour, because it's just gonna look super, super messy and muddy. Like, I would not do that, you know? The reason why I think he said that, though, is I think that he knows people are going to look at this and say, okay, this looks like it'll be a blush palette. Like, look how vibrant the shades are. How am I going to use that as a highlight? So I think that he wanted to say, oh, it's a hybrid. Like, you can use it as a blush and a highlight, but I would not do that. I feel like looking at these swatches right here, it just looks like a straight up highlight. They are so metallic. This honestly looks like the same formula as his regular highlights, which are super, super shimmery. And I just would not use this as a blush. I really would not. Especially look at the red, y'all. Look as he's like kind of like swatching it out. It's so shimmery. It's like really, really shimmery. And don't get me wrong, I really do love a blush that has a shimmer to it. If y'all did not know, MAC Warm Soul blush is literally like my go-to favorite blush. I love that blush so much because it does have a little bit of a sheen to it. So when you actually like turn towards the light, it gives the skin a nice glow, but it's not overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're putting a whole highlight on your face. This I would not use as a blush. 100% hands down, nope. This is actually one thing that I don't like. I don't like the colors in it. I just feel like it's a little bit too much. And on top of that too, why didn't he come out with a blush palette? To me, that doesn't make sense, because the Blood Sugar palette, look at the color story of that. It could have been so bomb to have a complementing blush palette to that. Like, I just don't know why he hasn't come out with a blush palette yet. I feel like that would have been the perfect time right there, being that it could have complemented the palette so well. He could have still came out with the highlighting palette as well too, and then had the blush palette with it, you know what I'm saying? And he could have had some shimmery blushes in there with some matte blushes. I think it would have looked really cute, and it would have really gone with the whole aesthetic of the Blood Sugar palette, or the Blood Sugar collection rather. But you know, that's just my little 2 cents here. But I also want to emphasize once again, there is no rules in makeup. If you guys want to wear a super, super shimmery blush, by all means, go ahead and do it. I just feel like throughout the day, especially if you're oily, it's gonna get real messy, and it's gonna like, it's just gonna look messy, okay? That's just my opinion, but you know, do what you like. Anyways, moving forward here, so this is actually the mirror that he's coming out with for the collection, and I actually think it's really, really cute. I have always said before, I really do love his mirrors. I like the aesthetic of them. They're so fun. I never actually had one before besides Renelle sending me. She sent me 2 of them, and I know that there's so many people. Every single time I go on live and I do my makeup, I use this mirror. It's like right there because it's so convenient, so light, but sturdy. You know, like that's really the trip about these mirrors, is when I first held it, I was like, you know what? It feels like it would be really, really flimsy, and I dropped it a few times, and it's still pieced together, y'all. But it's really light. So my other ones that I normally buy from Daiso, they get heavy, and I'm like, oh, those don't, and I really like them. While we're talking about the mirrors though, because this has been brought up so many times, like the last time I went live, so many people were like, why are you using a Jeffree Star mirror if you no longer purchase from the brand? Which I totally get that people are going to answer that question. Whenever something is gifted to me, I'm going to use it. I don't care if it's from a brand that I just 100% do not support. It just has so much sentimental value. Like, shout out to Renelle. I love her so much. Seriously, you guys, she has treated me so good. And everybody who sends me things, seriously, I really appreciate it so much. It has such a sentimental value to me. Like, I don't know, maybe if the Pisces, the emotional side of me is coming out, but it really does mean a lot to me that somebody sends me a gift. And as soon as I receive something as a gift, I'm gonna use it. Like, it just means so much to me. You get me? Like, I know there's a lot of people out there, and this actually came up with who was it? Candy Muse. Like, he was using a mirror inside RuPaul's Drag Race. People were dragging him for it, and he was like, "This was gifted to me. It was right there in my bag. I'm gonna use it because it's there." And I have the same mentality. Like, people before have said, when I said that I'm gonna stop purchasing Jeffree Star cosmetics, they're like, "Are you gonna throw out your old Jeffree Star palettes?" And I'm like, no, I already spent my money on it. Like, why would I throw it away? It just doesn't make sense. But anyways, I just want to get that out there. It just came on my mind that so many people always ask me about the mirrors. She also sent me the mirror from the Blood Money collection. Y'all, I use that one almost every day because it's so big, and I got a big old face. I wish I had it right here to show you guys because it's just so big and round. I absolutely love it. So his mirrors, look, y'all, I know there's so many people out there who just want to talk trash about the brand. I was gonna say the S word, but y'all, let me not talk about his brand. But at the end of the day, he does come out with some really cute stuff. You know what I mean? This actually right here, y'all, it's pretty similar to this little red tie-dye. This is his new tie-dye tracksuit set that he's gonna be coming out with. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, okay? I've said this time and time again. When it comes to Jeffree Star Cosmetics, I would never be rocking any Jeffree Star clothes. I don't know why. Like, even if I was supporting the brand, even if he was like such like the best person in the world, if he was some saint, I just still wouldn't. I don't know why, for some reason, it's just kind of weird to wear a Jeffree Star logo. Like, I don't know, it's just me, y'all. It's one of those things that's just me. I think about the makeup and I'm kind of like, would I wear some Anastasia Beverly Hills logoed shirt? Like, no. Like, you know what I mean? Is that dumb? I don't know. It's probably just me. Anyways, y'all, so that is the collection as a whole. Overall, I feel like it's very aesthetically pleasing. Like, pleasing. Like I say all the time, I feel like Jeffree Star stuff, he just comes out with some very innovative things and things that are not really being done. And I really do wish other brands would be a little bit more edgy and a little bit more daring and actually think of different shapes of palettes. And maybe to a lot of you guys out there, it may sound dumb, like who cares about the shape of a palette? But for somebody like me, I get excited over different things. I don't know if you guys have been on my channel for quite some time, then y'all would know I literally lost my mind over the Moschino. I had it somewhere over here. The Moschino palette that's shaped like a bear, y'all. It's literally still here on somewhere in my drawer, because I love it so much. Like, I literally keep it right there, and then whenever I'm going through my makeup and I open my drawers and I see it, even though it's not there right now, I don't know where it's at actually, but anyways, it just makes me so happy. And it's like literally shaped like a bear, the mirror shaped like a bear. It's just so cute, and I wish other brands would actually get out there and do, you know, different things, because to me, it just, I know it sounds so stupid to you guys, but it just makes me happy, like seeing different packaging and stuff like that. And that's why I always said about Jeffree Star, he's doing things that are really, really daring that aren't being done by other brands. And I wish more brands would be a little bit different. But that's all I got to say about it. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about his collection, or any of you guys buying it. Also, I want to hear about you guys too. Like, what do you guys feel about the whole separating the brand from the brand owner? I know obviously as we move forward in society, a lot of people are all about like cancel culture and saying, no, you need to stop. What do you guys feel about this? What do you guys feel about somebody just purchasing something because they like it? And then, you know, y'all, the reason why I say this is because when I go through the Jeffree Star hashtag on Instagram specifically, I'll go on, I'll see a video and people would just be doing their makeup with a Jeffree Star palette and they'll put hashtag Jeffree Star, and then people are just bashing them in the comment section for them using his brand, you know? And that's where I'm just kind of like, oh, at the end of the day, can't we just all respect one another, you know? This is what I say about the whole commentary thing too, and this is where I get frustrated. Y'all, I don't ever go and leave hate on anybody else's channel, on their page, nothing like that. If I have my opinions, I'm gonna say it on my space, on my channel, and in my area, you know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna go and take it to the person, you know what I mean? But that's just me. Anyways, you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.